Hey Scouts, this is Dawson. So I was gonna pick a spot to set up my tent today, but I don't know where. I thought maybe right over here would be a good spot, but it looks like there's like a depression and water fills up there since there's a hill, so I don't think we should put it there. I also was thinking maybe I should put it down there since that's a kind of a cool spot, but down there's a water draining place and it's a hill, so I don't really want to put it there. That might not result well. I could be laying all over. And then I kind of decided I think I'm going to put it right here since this seems pretty flat, smooth ground, pretty good. So I'm going to do it right here. As you see, I open it up and first things first, when I lay out my tent, I lay out the ground part. Once I have it laid out, I'm going to put my tent on top of it. So since it doesn't look like it's going to be too windy, I'd be okay. I don't think, since I'm on a pretty good spot, I don't need to stake it in quite yet. So I'm going to start with putting on my tent, and I'm going to take out this. This is the rain tarp, and I don't know if I'm going to put it on because it looks pretty sunny, but it's always a precaution, so I might want to put it on. But rain tarp I'll put on after. First things first, we put on our tent because that's what you go inside. You don't want to just sleep on a ground tarp. Next, we would want to put in our poles. But how do we put on our poles? So I'll show you. We first put them in, and then there's clips to hold the tent up. So, first things first, I gotta untie this, and then open it up. I have some poles that I can use in my tent. Whoa, they look like a mess. And it looks like, how do you build a tent with this? Well, first, I gotta make I call it the skeleton of my tent. It's like the bones, because it's the core of it. If you can see this, right here, there's these orange clips. And the orange clips are going that way. So the orange clips is what hooks to the orange part, right, on my tent. So we know we put the orange pole that way. So that's how we know what direction the poles go. So I'm going to take my little thing here, and I'm going to just set them down on the middle, probably pretty good for now. And then we're gonna start on our next step, which will be putting these poles in place. That is actually all that is to setting up a tent. It's done. Now I would start loading it up, keep it good, but I think I'm going to put my rain fly on because the rain fly is important because water would just go right through here. So you got to put a water protection thing on it. put in 2 stakes because those are the 2 main stakes for the tent. So my bag of stakes is right here. Trying to pull out a couple stakes out of it real quick here. I have a couple big ones. 1 and 2. We have to make sure they look pretty straight. These look pretty straight. I want my rain fly this tight so it doesn't get sloppy and the water runs right off neatly, because we wouldn't want it to be sloppy, because that's another thing. It's not just how it looks. It's also because water, if it's like all bunched up, water would get stuck like in the spot and then it could just build up and get in your tent, so you don't want that. But the really clever thing is for this rain fly, there's this little thing where, so there's not issues where like you can't get enough air because the rain fly kind of traps it in. There's this cool little idea here where the water will run off here, so it won't get in your tent since this is like a little ledge, but you can get air. This is my tent right here. You can get breathing through there. I have it all over the tent. Now I'm inside my tent. Bye. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you learned something. Bye.